Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing?
Hey, good morning. How you
In the upper
doing?
left-hand corner of this box says live. And that means we are actually alive. Blessings upon you all for being that way.
Absolutely. We have special guests coming up with us today. We are going to have another power couple on with us, Amari and Amari, and we're looking forward to them. We're going to be ready in just a moment. Back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good show today.
Like.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Deborah. Good morning, Brittany. There's some more, baby. Good morning, Katura. How you doing? This is going to be a good show today. We're going to talk about that thing that y'all been wanting us to talk about for a long time. Couplehood and business. Relationship and business. Working together in couplehood and getting it done. And we have special guests to help us along the way today. Another amazing couplehood that's in couplehood, big time couplehood, but also in business together. We're going to talk about some of those things today. What makes it work, makes it good. I think it's amazing to be in couplehood. I count that as my chief blessing in life, to have found my helpmeet, to have found my soulmate, to have found my partner, P-O-T-N-A, partner. I find that as the best thing in the world, to have found the woman that I can build some things with.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Likewise, I likewise have as well, and I'm grateful for it. My teeth are experiencing some sensitivity right now. It's like they're really aching me right now.
What?
Yeah, it is random, but it's real. They're hurting me right now. Like I don't know if I got cold.
Trying to get out of your face or something? You trying to jump out your mouth? Did I?
They're cold. They're just suddenly very cold, probably from that yogurt, but they're hurting cold.
You go lay down. I'll handle the rest of the show by myself, baby. It's cool. I got it.
You don't need to get him. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Katura. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Dr. Deborah. Spring has sprung, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We're T minus. We are T minus 1 day before we begin our move.
Mm-hmm. Lisa's excited. Phyllis George is watching. Good morning. Melissa Price says, my teeth were hurting last night. I think I had sinus pressure bugging me out. And Dr. Deborah loves your hair, Lisa.
Oh, thank you. I got my hair cut on
Monday.
On Monday? Yeah, I got my hair cut.
Right?
No,
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah, I got it done on Sunday. I'm actually getting a consultation with the stylist because I want something funkier and newer.
Oh God!
And so,
and then I gotta talk her off the ledge.
I'll keep it blonde. That's the only requirement.
I gotta talk her off the ledge.
Nope. I need something new, and I saw a stylist that's local to Charlotte. Checked out her IG, and I've worked with her before in the past when my hair was long, but I had lost her, and now she's specializing in short hair, and I think that it would be awesome. So,
right.
What do you mean, why?
Why do you have to go funkier?
First of all, y'all need to understand. Well, there's a few of you on here that do know. Katura knows that this is probably conservative.
Like you said, you've been wanting something funkier just now.
I want something funkier because I've been conservative for 5 years.
Baby, you're a grown woman.
That's right.
You're
Which
not
means
19.
that I can make choices
You're not 19
for
no more.
myself.
You're not-
I don't understand what that means.
You love what, Katura? We're going to talk about what it's like. Now, Katura, you and your husband have business together. Your dance school that I know of. You probably have more things than that, too. Working with your spouse, working with your couplehood mate. You know, people ask us all the time. Well, not all of the time, but often people ask, what's your secret? What's your secret to working together?
Mm-hmm. Katura says, I identify with that.
Oh.
That's right. She just cut all of her hair off, too. Understand that it's your hair. Oftentimes, our hair is linked with seasons in our life. And at least for me, my hair is linked to seasons in my life. And so there were certain seasons that needed a new beginning. That's where I cut my hair all the way off. And then there was some growth, where some covering, there's some different things.
I'm going to cut all my hair off today.
Good. We've been waiting for that.
Mm-hmm. All of it.
Are you trying to threaten me with the monkey lip? You don't want to have to walk around like that.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. That's what you want. You want to look like a monkey?
If I said that to you, I would be considered rude.
No, you look much better with a mustache and beard.
If I said that to you, I would be considered rude.
Okay, I'm not going to be rude, Skin. Do whatever you want to.
You look much better if you just kept your hair like that.
Yes, you've never said that? You have.
No, I've never said that.
Couture said they have a travel business, insurance business, event planning, dance organization, and getting ready to add another. We love the serial entrepreneurs.
But she said we.
Yep, we love the serial couple. How about we make a new word?
Couplehood is not a new word.
No, a couplepreneur.
Couplepreneur.
Ha ha!
That is a little bit newer.
Yes.
We're going to talk about couplepreneurship.
We are couplepreneurs, and we're going to talk about couplepreneurship. I love it. I need to call Webster and make sure I get credit for that word. Couplepreneur. That is when a couple of people in couplehood. So not just you and your girlfriend, not just you and your guy friend, unless they are your significant other.
Okay, I was going to say, couldn't that count?
No, it could be if it's your significant other. But we're talking about couplehood. The relationship of being in a couple adds something to the relationship of the business, because it could complicate it, although it also can definitely enhance it.
You know, I've been in the camp of resisting having this conversation for a long time, because
really resisting this conversation,
or how to be in couplehood and business together.
I don't think we've resisted this one. I think we've resisted how to be in a good relationship, period, without
all of it, because couplehood and business together, you're around her all the time, and you're married to her, you're in business with her all day.
Yeah.
I resisted it because I've not, until maybe just this moment, recognized that it's not just science, it's art too. It's a field too. It's not just cut and dry. It's art and science. Okay. It's part of it is the nuance of the relationship. What makes the relationship work also can be what makes the business work.
Yeah, and vice versa.
And what makes it not work can also be the same thing that makes the business not work.
Yeah, and
that's a nuance.
Conversation. There's a nuance.
I'd say like in sales or in math. Mm-hmm. If you say this, they're going to say that. Or if you do 2 + 2 = 4. Yeah. That's what it is. But it's hard for me to quantify that when it comes to couplepreneurs.
Why?
Because I don't have a formula like that.
I think I think that some of the formulas that we have, some of the things or rules, I guess, that we have that we put in place.
Need to understand.
Right. I think that is an element that has allowed the couplepreneurship to work. I'm just making these words work here. I love it. Mm-hmm. I'm calling Webster. I want my word credit. Mm-hmm. Are they the ones that give you word credit?
Register.com.
Maybe.
Stuff there.
I don't know. But I definitely believe that in couplepreneurship, communication is high on the list. And not just communication as we think of it, listening and hearing and understanding.
That's high on the list.
But I think it's also communication and respect and understanding. I think there's got to be a lot of understanding, meaning that, like, what is the issue? Because sometimes in couplehood, you're having an issue, but both people are not even having the same issue.
Exactly. You hearken me to, in the 70s, there was a show that came on every Saturday on ABC called The Wild World of Sports. Wild World of Sports. And it had a beautiful opening and a beautiful closing to the show.
Mm-hmm.
They showed like the skier coming down and crashing, the human drama of athletic competition. And then the iconic line that lived throughout time is, people watch sports because of the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, right? The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Now, in business and entrepreneurship, couplepreneurship takes everything to a heightened level. But to me, it's higher level and couplepreneurship than entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship, you can do by yourself. But couplepreneurship, you're not. You're doing it with someone else. That adds to it.
And it's so important to respect.
Wait. Yes, but that whole part about, because in any given day, you can have the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Now, if you're in couplepreneurship, that I found that as a plus. I did not have to explain to my couplepreneurship partner how hard the day was, because she understood when you lose in a day or win in a day and you get to try again, and she understood completely because she was doing it too. She was doing the same thing and she was right there for it. So that made it easier, the after effects of it to me. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Couture says respecting one another's strengths. I think respecting one another's strengths is so important, and you can write on there. And it's actually, I think it's easier when your strengths are different. I think it's easier when your strengths are different, but both respect it.
Or different enough, because they can be similar strengths, but it's a little bit different enough.
But the reason why I say that is because I think that there are a lot of cases where one strength is undervalued.
And that goes back to the initial thought of mutual respect. You can't ever let the other person feel that their strength is undervalued. That's a death sentence right there.
In everything, not just in the business, but in the relationship.
If you're trying to kill it, that's one way to do it. Not
all you do is.
Oh yeah. Anybody can do what you do. All you do is this.
All you do is.
That's a recipe to kill it. If you want to kill the goose that lays the golden eggs, not respect the other skills.
And yes, take them for granted.
Take them for granted.
All you do is such and such and such. Yeah, that is horrible. That is horrible.
You was talking, one of the other key components, I think, to making couplepreneurship work is a word that people don't give enough credit to, and the word is humor. Humor. It's a thread in the relationship. Humor. It's a thread that binds the fabrics together. Humor.
As in not take things so seriously?
As not taking things so seriously. We had a great show here a couple of weeks ago about laughing at the world. Okay. Not taking things so seriously, not taking yourself so seriously, and being able to enjoy a laugh together. Being able to enjoy a laugh together. That's major. Kevin Hart did this bit about when he first separated with his wife, and he went to the movies by himself. And he was thinking that was going to be great to go to the movies by yourself, and it was a funny movie. And he was there laughing at the jokes, but there was no one there to turn to and share the laugh with. And so he's like borrowed other couples who were in the and share the laugh with them, But that's the thing. Having someone to share the laugh with you makes couplepreneurship work better. Does that make sense to anybody else?
I can share the laugh with Brian, but I have to be strategic about it.
Okay.
Because if my laugh overlaps any of the dialogue and we don't have the ability to rewind it, he's not going to be laughing. He likes to make sure you don't like to miss any words, any dialogue.
Or like we're watching a show or something.
Yeah.
And they're in the middle of a skit or a joke, and you start laughing hysterically
and trying to
before the punchline
not
is
before
delivered.
the punchline. Not before the punchline.
Before you get to the part that's supposed to be funny.
No. Not even.
No, you would never do that.
Sometimes I get the joke early.
Or you make the joke yourself. Oh my God. Baby, could you? This is a little different because this is something that I think men and women don't have in the same way. Like, for example, I think men are genetically predisposed to understand and know when to talk during the show and when not to. And I think women are not
warmed up. Suddenly they don't hurt
good.
anymore.
I think women are not genetically predisposed to understanding when to talk during a movie and when not to. Here's the trick, and I tried to explain this to Lisa several times. Baby, you talk when they're not talking. See, when they're talking and telling stuff, that's not the time that you should be talking to me right now, baby.
Good morning,
so I want to hear what's going on. Is that what you're talking about? See, I'll wait until they're in the car and they driving on the road and nothing's happening, and then they talk about the scene. See, that's the thing. So
I talk during movies.
Yes, and that's okay, but timing, baby.
Yeah.
I need some more men on here to back me up on this.
We don't have good timing.
Where is Amari? I need some more men on here to back me. Where is William Brown? I need some men here to back me up on this. But you know what? Love covers a multitude of sins. And looks cover a multitude of sins too.
Whatever.
My wife looks good, so I'll put up with her some more.
I cannot with you. I got on my my Be Still shirt.
Be still, Psalms 46:10.
Yes, be still and know that I am God. This one, I love this one. I love the way it feels, but I most appreciate the message. Sometimes I need that message.
Couture says, I don't think that is gender biased. Couture, what do you think?
Gender based.
What do you think, Couture? I want to know your opinion. I think women don't get that part. What do you think, Couture? She says it's not gender based. What is it? Person based? What is it?
Whatever.
Tarnez does the most talking. Okay, I can believe that, but does he talk when they're talking, or does he talk when they're not talking? Because he happens to be a dude, you know?
A dude.
Men understand that genetically.
What's the level?
Just like men understand the house thermostat better than the women do.
I have conceded that for you. I have conceded that.
There's certain things.
I don't think that's a male-female thing. I think it just happens to be me.
Oh, good. She says Tarnez talks when they're talking?
Yes.
No, man, I can't do that. He can't do that. He don't do that.
He doesn't do that because he's a man.
That's right. He doesn't do that.
More sense to that, right? I cannot.
Where is our guest, man? It's gonna be great, man. Y'all gonna enjoy our guest today.
Absolutely.
I see one half of the guests in the green room. We're about to bring them up in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, about 2 minutes. We're gonna have them up and ready to.
Y'all gonna like our guests. I'm telling you. There they are, standing tall and looking good. Ought to be in Hollywood. Our guests are in the green room, y'all.
Yes, couplepreneurship is the topic for the day. We're working together in couplehood, building a business in couplehood. And I'm telling you, it really is.
Now, we're about to bring our guests on. Let me just bring this up real quick.
Okay.
Because sometimes when I talk to men about what it's like to work with my wife all the time, they'll hear me and then they'll want to talk about what's potentially bad about it. What's the downsides? Because they can imagine the downsides. They can imagine the downsides. Man, y'all around each other all day long, and then y'all got to be around each other all night long. Man, how you stand each other after all day long being together? How can y'all handle that?
Yeah.
You know, and I promise you, it's not hard to handle and it's not hard to stand because I don't think of it like that. Okay. I don't think it. Oh, here we got Beverly wrote a book. I'm sorry, Lisa, I agree with Brian because when I'm looking at the movie or show, I'm looking at the scientific of it, the type of person, and I am more into the detail than the actual movie. So when I see it the second time, then I'm looking at the movie, you know, I could tell when the stunt double comes in and stuff like that. You know, when they do the switches and stuff, that's
so
fine.
You're watching attentively and you don't want anybody to talk during your movie. Well, God bless
you. Can do that, and that's fine.
Good morning, Julie Ray. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Julie Ray. How you doing? How you doing?
But so go back to what you were saying.
Yeah, I don't think of it as what's the downsides. I think you find whatever you're looking for. So if you're looking for the downsides, you can find them. If you're looking for the upsides, you can find that too. You know, what are you finding? What are you looking for? Okay.
You will find what you seek.
Yeah, and some people, when you tell them that, they want to argue about that too. No, I wasn't looking for the dad; it just showed up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's partially an inside. Wait, he's not there yet. I want to wait till both of them are seated, and then we're gonna bring them up together.
Yeah. So I think that there is some truth to that. You find what you seek. And I actually guard against that personally. I guard against that. When I find myself getting to a weary point, and it doesn't happen often actually, but when everybody can get frustrated with anybody, right? Okay. But when I find myself getting to a weary point where I can see myself picking it there, look at him sitting over there breathing again.
Brian Kelly, what's up, man? Yeah.
In and out.
I don't remember him breathing that much when we first got together.
And every time I look at him, he breathing in and out.
Look at her. Every time she walks, she's using that left foot again. All the time, using her left foot.
So that's when I catch myself because I know the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's when I begin to count the blessings, you know, and they can be simple blessings.
Now, coming to the stage. Now, Lisa and I do get asked all the time, what's it like to work together as a couple? And we get called all kinds of names. We get called the dynamic duo, but we're not the dynamic duo. We're the empowerment duo. We get called power couples, but we appreciate all of that stuff. We appreciate all of it, but we'd rather go by the empowerment duo. But these next people we're bringing up here now, they've been called a power couple as well. And they get asked the same kinds of questions we get asked too. But we like them so much, and we are happy to share them with you right now. His name is Amari. Her name is Amari.
Amani.
Amari and Amani. Amari. Okay.
Bring them up, baby. Say that 10 times fast.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Grand Rising family.
That's good. Wait a minute. What y'all got on message on your shirt? What y'all got on?
What's the message?
Oh, Wealth Magnet.
Yeah.
Wealth Magnet. How about that?
I love it.
Now, we're going to have a good time with you guys, but before we start asking you stuff, I want to yield you some time. Please introduce yourselves however you would like.
Well, I'm Amari. We are serial entrepreneurs, my queen, Amari, and I. And we're real estate investors. We are also into freight. Right now, embarking upon our journey into life and health insurance as well. My queen and I were also mentors, and we're also speakers. We are parents, we're grandparents, you know, so that's who we are. You know, I mentor young men. I also mentor adults as well. I'm a retired Marine. I served for a total of 20 years, you know, so that's who I am. I'm originally from Rochester, New York, born and raised.
Mm-hmm. And we also have a online clothing store, Al Cavalon Lifestyle. And that's about it. And I believe he mentioned the network group. We're doing a lot of stuff. We got a lot going on.
No, baby,
I know. When I was researching you guys,
touched on it. What I forgot, she picked up.
How long y'all been in couplehood?
5 years.
So we're about the same here.
Yeah, been married 5 years. Oh man,
it was a mutual friend that connected us too.
Yes. I think that's the best way.
Amari, you look a bit young to have been in the military for 20 years to me.
Yeah. You know, I'm 44 years old. I'll be 45 this year. Watch yourself now. She messed with me. She see those gray hairs, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You getting up there.
I got a couple gray. She don't feel lonely no more, you know what I mean?
Oh,
she ain't laughing now. She ain't laughing now.
She just shot you the look, homie. She shot you the look just then, man. So we want to get into it. I don't know if you heard any of what Lisa and I was talking about before you guys got on here this morning, but we was talking about how beautiful it is to be in couplehood with each other and entrepreneurship, and how people often want to look for what the downsides are, you know. And we was talking about what things that we think make it work, and one of the things we thought made it work was communication, mutual respect, understand the other, humor, you know. But I know people ask you guys too, how do you work with your spouse? How do you get that stuff done? What do y'all say?
Well, you know, like you said, you touched on a couple of those things, and this communication and respect. You know, I praise my wife. You know, she's truly a Proverbs 31 woman. I always say this about her all the time. She truly is a virtuous woman, you know, and by me observing her wisdom and action, it built a trust up in me. So I listened to her, and her ideologies makes a whole lot of sense. And when she executes, it takes the business and our personal life as well outside of the business. It takes us to another level, you know. So I respect her when I allow her to do her thing. Good things happen. You know, that queen touch. You know, she had that Midas touch. She turned it into gold, man. When you got the right woman, she turned things into gold, man. And I just feel like that would be foolish of me to stand in the way of her gifting. You know, when I know her gifting is meant to be a blessing, you know, so that's what I do.
And I have a couple mottos myself in regards to not looking at the things that would take you off track. I say, don't sweat the small stuff. I say, accentuate the positive. And if the negative is not so, you know, if it's nothing drastic, eliminate the negative. And I also say, pick and choose your battles. Not every battle is there to be fought. I mean, some of that stuff is petty. I'm just going to say that. And we have to watch our pettiness.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that I have found that I think has preserved us in a lot of areas. Not only are some things petty, some things are not expedient. Some things are simply, it's not the time for them. That doesn't mean that it wasn't important. That doesn't mean that you don't have a right to feel how you felt. It doesn't even mean that he necessarily gets off the hook. It just means that this is not the time. This is not the time.
I love, first off, the comments about, you made me laugh because I was thinking about my wife does understand timing. She's really good at that. But when you said, don't sweat that small stuff, you know, but that back in the 90s, they used to say, because there was the book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff.
That's right.
And the subtitle, It's All Small Stuff. Okay. It's all small stuff. And then you said, pick your battles. I love that too. Pick your battles, because not every battle is worth being fought all the time. Do I really have to fight with her about turning off the lights again? You know, come on, let that go.
Exactly.
Go ahead, my sister.
I have a second part of that. If it's not bringing forth any spoils, I say, or if it's not bringing forth any increase or what have you, pick and choose your battles. If I'm fighting to gain, you know, things that I need in this world, then I fight. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something that I'm not going to gain from, I don't even waste my time. Right. It's not, you know, I'm not the type that would stroke my ego or anything like that. It's just not that important if I'm not gaining from it.
I feel you. All right. So you guys been in couplehood for 5 years or married 5 years?
5 years married.
Okay.
And
how long did you date before you got married?
3 months.
Whoa.
That's about right.
Engaged in a month.
Yeah, I knew.
That's almost right. That was almost our situation. What do you think compelled you to know that quickly?
Well, you know, we're spiritual people. You know, no apology about it. You know, we have the relationship with, you know, the divine, you know, and I heard that prompting in my spirit. And not only that, you know, to get, you know, mix it in and keep it real in the natural sense too, you know, it's because of her personality, just her being her. We just connected, you know, it just happened. You know what I'm saying? It just flowed so smoothly. She was being her, I was being myself, you know, and we just gelled. You know, I heard her vision. And one thing I love about her is that she's just not beautiful. She's intelligent. You know, I was listening to the words coming out of her mouth. I mean, she's a very beautiful woman, but I was more concerned about, okay, where your mind at? You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's not going to keep us married, your beauty and your figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your mind at? What's your dreams? You know? And when I heard her speak, I heard her sincerity, you know, and we just hit it off.
I love that.
Well, you are a handsome couple, and I get that. But looks matters to me. That's why I let Lisa get away with some stuff, because she looked good, you know.
I like that. You got to get those husband points.
That's right. Those coochie coupons.
Hey, we call them coochie coupons.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Beverly says, when a man findeth a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord.
Yes.
Honestly, I wonder how you guys feel about that.
I do. First off, I was completely feeling my brother Amari. Okay. The first day I met my wife, she showed up the right way. Okay. She showed up working and willing to be helpful to me and my mission. I was giving a seminar, and she showed up, and like immediately she looked around and said, man, this man has no help. Okay. I was trying to do a seminar. I was out of town in her city. I lived an hour and a half away. I was out of town. I was completely by myself. I had to set up my room and do a 3-hour workshop, and I had no support with me. Not an armor bearer, no help. She came and realized he's got no help, but he's by himself. So she immediately took over. She started helping me, and I saw it within 10 minutes. Okay, she's capable. She knows what she's doing. She got this covered, and it freed me up to do a great workshop.
Wow.
You know?
That sounds
It sounds like yes.
That sounds just like my queen, man. Just like her.
Yeah. So I found her while she was working for my good. You know?
Absolutely. I can concur. I can relate to that, man, because when she touched something, as I aforementioned, it went to a totally different level.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
oh my gosh.
It went to a totally different level. And that's how you know, because I always said the right one, things are going to go right. When the right one is in your life, things are going to go right. Your life is not going to go backwards. Your life is going to go forward. You know, they're not
a burden. Into a brag on our wife session. I can tell this is about to turn into a brag on our wife session. We want to make this.
I was just about to flip it. I have some things I need to say about him.
All right, go ahead.
Amari.
Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
No. And you talked about, you know, how did we know? When I first met my husband, he was a man of character. That's what I was looking for. It didn't matter to me how many zeros he had in his bank account or how many letters he had behind his name. I always told the Lord that if he's not the one, I don't want him. So being that I spent time with myself, and I knew in time with myself and in prayer, I knew what I was looking for. And when he showed up, I knew that was him. You know, but, you know, of course, going through, you have to go through different phases and different things. And I felt in my spirit at that time that this is the one. But I also talked to the spirit that spoke to me, told me, if you can tell me, you can tell him. So it's not up to me to say, you know what, the Lord told me that you my husband or what have you. But I met this man of integrity. I met this man of character. I met this man that was a man of his word. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that was the man that I, you know, had saw in a vision, and that he was that one for me. So
that's so cool.
Soul. And I'm gonna say, if it wasn't for him, you know, and us working together and him being the man that he is, any of this, it would not be possible. It's because of him that it was rocket fuel. for us.
Woo.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is what is so important and so interesting. There's so many parallels
A
to
lot, man.
us. So for me,
Really?
Amani, I can't Amar, I can't allow my husband to go without receiving his flowers.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead. Work that thing. Work it.
For me, my husband, when this was before he was my husband, we were still dating. The moment that I knew that he was for me came at a specific moment. I was in the process of putting together a back to school event where we were doing book bag giveaways and all of these things. And like he said, he lived an hour and a half away. Now, up to this point, we had already found out that there were a lot of things that we had in common. There were a lot of things that we had in common in entrepreneurship, in relationship with the Lord. This was our first civic event.
Yeah, but so we knew we both were civic.
We knew we were civic, but people can say things, but you got to see them doing too, right? So he was in Greensboro, and I was trying to get these book bags so that we could stuff them for our giveaway. And he called me because we didn't have, I don't know if you guys have it there, we didn't have a Five Below here in Charlotte at the time. Five Below is a $5 store that sells lots and lots of stuff, and they sold book bags. So we could actually get a lot of book bags and stuff them with school supplies for the kids. He called me and he says, you know what? I found all of these book bags. Well, that was great. Wow. But what took it to the next level was when he selected those book bags. He didn't just go in the store and get 50, 60 book bags and just bring them, look what I did. He selected them with each child in mind. Like he said, what would a second grade girl want? Yep. What would a third grade boy want? And he took such painstaking care to collect these book bags, to pray over them, and then to overcome the challenges with bringing them to Charlotte, because at that time his car was not cooperating. He probably had to put water and change tires and everything 5 or 6 times on the way from Greensboro to Charlotte to bring these bags for this event. And he still came with a smile and a sense of just, I'm so glad to have been able to do it. Wow. That right there was like, that was it. Matters. That was it. Absolutely. That was amazing to me.
People are liking our comments. Beverly says, what's your great couples relationship show? Thank you, and more to come. So,
all right.
This is about couplepreneurship.
Sora says, yes. Character. It matters so much. And you know, now we're a little bit older than you two, but our stories are very, very similar. Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're 53. We got y'all about 10 years.
He said he was 44. So.
I'm older than him, so.
All right,
we have grandkids.
We got grands. We got a bunch of them.
But it's so beautiful to me, man. And I have to talk to men about this kind of thing too, brother Amar, and I'm sure you do too. I found mine, okay? I'm going to build with mine. And there's nothing, and we both are believers too. There is nothing, there's no wedges that could mess this up, okay? That's like no woman could ever get my attention again, okay?
That, brother.
They can't, okay? Nope. I can recognize a beautiful woman, but there's no way. It'll take 10 of those to equal what I got. So I took off the uniform. I'm out that game, okay? Go ahead, please. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no! I was just coming in agreement with you, my brother. I was just bearing witness, man, that no one can take her place. Honestly, I always say this all the time. How can some woman come along and take you away from the woman who has done so much for you? Right. I can't forget that when I fell out in the restroom some years ago, when I had blackout spells because of my health at the time. She was the one who was right there. When I met financial opposition, she was the one who was right there. Building these businesses, she was the one up for hours, making sure that our family was taking care of me. I don't become absent-minded over some breasts, man. It's like, okay, all right, she had those too. I don't care about that. I don't care what you look like. That's my wife.
That's right.
She's the one who's there for me. So I'm just loyal, man. I never wrestle with that. That's something I can honestly say.
Baby. That's never been my vice, and it won't ever be, but it comes up when men talk to us.
Yeah, it comes up a lot. Beautiful woman to Brian, his response would be interesting. That's right.
Oh my gosh. Our show's been going on since 2016. All right. Let me tell y'all, this show's been going on since October 2016, Monday through Friday. And a lot of the people that are very, very loyal to this show. So they know the old stories and the old jokes that we've told on this show. I once saw a beautiful woman and I told her that she was interesting. Dr. Beverly gonna bring that up now.
That's not exactly the compliment she was looking for, but she'll be all right.
Yeah, man, this is a beautiful woman. She's a very beautiful woman, though, man. Seriously, she really is the woman that I prayed for. You're welcome, my queen. She really is. So for me, it's kind of like you have to look at value. You know what I'm saying? And I would just keep it real. Any man that does that really don't love his wife. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because love keeps me from yielding to temptation. She's not out with me when I go to the grocery store or when I'm running to the post office. You know what I'm saying? It's about what you do when your wife doesn't see you. You know what I'm saying?
That's
not when you're in plain sight. That's easy right there.
Yeah.
But when she don't know, and you stand up for your relationship, that's when you're serious.
Yeah, that's integrity. That's what is the true character of a man or of a person to me, is who and what you are when nobody is watching.
I'm with that.
And what you are when no one is looking at you, and how you love your mate, your spouse, when there's nobody around. I have found, I'm telling you, it almost brings me to emotion again. I'm grateful for these 5 years that God has blessed me with my husband. And I know we're supposed to be talking about couplepreneurship and working together in business, but I really think that the critical component was that we were equally yoked for this journey. That you could talk about the communication, you can talk about the respect, you can talk about all those things. But if we were not on the same path, if we were not intended for this journey, then all of that would be, it wouldn't even, it would be moot. It would be completely moot. But I was thinking, I think it was like 3 days ago. I think I called you up later and told you this. I called you downstairs. But I was literally sitting on the bed folding clothes, and I was folding his shirts. Now, anybody who knows me knows I love to fold laundry. I don't know, it's a crazy thing, but I love to fold laundry. But I was suddenly overwhelmed with emotion that I got to fold the shirts of a man that I love waking up to every day.
Oh
every
man, that's all right.
day.
So I went and got more shirts for that. Okay. I want to turn it back on you guys. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. I want to turn it back on y'all. Because we have such a similar story. One of the things of us that made me know this was right was we had to deal with some adversity early in our relationship, financial adversity. And I got a chance to see that my wife could handle it without panicking. How about you guys? How do y'all handle adversity when it comes into your business and relationship?
Us, again, we're spiritual people, so we pray, we meditate, and we encourage each other. We lift each other up. We keep each other in mind of, remember what we're called to do. Remember who we are. You know what I'm saying? I never looked down on my queen. She never looked down on me. We've always looked up to each other and say, hey, remember what we were told. Remember who we are. Remember the vision. Remember the dream. We just simply stay focused. Sometimes we was like, why are we doing this? And we both look at each other like, yeah. Then we had to remember, that, hey, this is now. We have to remember the later that we seen. We have to just keep our eyes on the prize, And that's what we was doing. We said, hey, we have children, we have grandchildren. Then we think about our ancestors. And I'm just keeping it real, of all the adversity they faced. You know,
come on now.
we don't go through nowhere near as much opposition as they went through. And I'm like, wait a minute now. You know, Madam C.J. Walker, she became a millionaire during that time.
Right. In the 20s? What?
Come on now. What kind of excuse can we use?
Exactly. You know, exactly. and that's what my queen say too. She be like, wait a minute. Our ancestors been through this and this and that, you know, and especially our father, because our father, which my father-in-law, her father, you know, he was one of like the first ones in the area in South Florida, you know, where she lived at to be one of the first big time construction working businesses there, you know, and they tried to kill him, you know, and he kept going.
Right.
You know, so when you have examples like that, you know, to look up to, you like, I'm gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. You know, we're divinely protected. We gonna be all right. You know, we can make it through this right here. You know, and plus I went through a lot of things in my life anyway. You know, so it's nothing to me. You know, I'm just keeping it real. That's just the way I am. I don't have bad days. That's my mindset. I just have challenging things happen throughout my good day.
Exactly.
I just want to add, you know, how we get through adversity is because of the navigator. I believe in, just like my king said, you know, I believe in being spiritual. I believe in prayer, meditation, and learning the navigator that's on the inside of you and listening to where it says turn, or this is coming up and that is coming up. And a lot of times, even when he and I have disagreements, I would have picked that up prior to the disagreement and say, look, you know, I saw this, and this. I love you. When this come up, and because, you know, it's bound to happen. I saw it happen already. So when it comes up, I want you to know that I love you and we not breaking up.
That's right.
So
I've been thinking like, why it's always me?
That's what I saw.
Well, I love that. I love the navigator, and I actually call it the GPS, God-paced steps.
Yeah.
God-paced steps. He's ordering our steps daily, and it's up to us to hear him. It's up to us to heed him, and to be willing to listen.
To be obedient.
Let me chime in on that too, because I'm gonna chime in on that because Lisa and I we read a lot of the same books, okay? And one of the books that we lean in on is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Oh yeah.
And one of the principles in that is highly effective people seek to understand
before being understood.
Right. So if there's ever an argument or an adversity, I want to first try to understand her position. And at the same time, which makes it so beautiful, before I make myself plain and clear and why I'm right, I want to attempt to understand where she's coming from. And she does the same thing. Okay. Now, you have to assume both parties are at least partially right. I'm probably going to be more right. But still, partially right, or there'd be no basis. And we understand that. Okay. So I'm so excited to have you guys. I knew we would enjoy you as guests. I knew that already.
Absolutely.
We also add to our love for each other, you know, because we don't have unrealistic expectations. You know what I mean? And that helps you too. Because see, when some people, man, they got this fairy tale world, you know, about being in a relationship. You know, oh, I'm just going to be in love all the time. And it's not that you don't be in love. Sometimes you're going to get mad.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, you're going to get angry with each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's about how you deal with those situations, you know. And I was the one who was the high intensity one. You know, she was the one who was always the one like, okay, Amari, you know, now I know when she upset now, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, she was not the one who was really, you know, the one that breathed the fire. You know what I'm saying? I was the fire breathing dragon around here, you know.
Now, I gotta say this, though. We got about 2 more minutes left with you guys. Okay. And I want y'all to have all of the 2 minutes. But whatever it is, now our audience is a mature audience. Is an entrepreneurial audience, is an audience of believers.
And supportive.
And very supportive of each other.
We've been scrolling down along the bottom, and I haven't mentioned it because I want to make sure that it's pronounced correctly. If you could, your website and your IG, your Instagram, for people to be able to connect with you and to see some of your products.
Okay, it's Alkebulan Lifestyle. And our website is Alkebulan Life. ALKEBULAN Life, LIFE.
Okay. Now, I want to give you this last minute and a half or so to impart with whatever it is that you want to leave with our great audience. And you both can contribute if you like.
Wonderful. So being that, we're talking about entrepreneurship, we just want to encourage you, because my queen and I, we're igniters, we're fire starters, so we want to simply encourage you to not hold back on your dreams. Okay. Get educated about the dream that you have as it relates to business. Learn as much as you possibly can. Okay. But start. Okay. You can never reach the finish line if you never start. In fact, you can't reach it if you quit. So if you want to obtain that goal, just keep it in mind. You will have obstacles in your life, but always go back to that why. Always reflect on the why. Keep an attitude of gratitude and servitude, and just simply remember, that yes, you can. Yes, you can. Have the faith, keep the confidence, and stay focused on your dream and your goal. And just simply don't give up. Keep on pressing, and eventually you will get there, just like steps. You take the one step at a time, you'll go to higher heights as you walk up those steps. It'll elevate you. Just stay focused. Stay one step at a time. Remember, it's one investment at a time, and then eventually you'll be able to glean from the work that you have put in.
And I just say, plan your work and work your plan.
Short and sweet.
Succinct.
Absolutely.
Man, we enjoyed you guys very much. Is that how if someone connected with you watching, is that how you prefer to connect with you through that website, or is there another way that you prefer to connect with you?
Oh, personally, just Amari. They could just hit me up on Facebook, and my queen is Amari. That's the best way to contact us there.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. If y'all have time, we'd like you to stay in the green room for a few minutes while we close out the show.
Okay, sure.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Woohoo!
Was that not cool? Did we not enjoy our guest today?
I love it.
Devin says, thank you, Brian and Lisa, for bringing us wealth magnets.
That's right. Wealth magnet.
Rocking the shirts that say so.
Absolutely. I gotta make us some matching shirts.
Yeah, baby, come up with something.
But all of my crafting stuff is put away.
Yes, we this room has boxes and stuff packed away because it's not a very good kept secret, but we're moving from this home. We're starting moving tomorrow. Tomorrow we start our move, but we won't be officially out of here until probably Sunday. But our movers show up on Friday, so we'll probably stay in this house until at least Friday.
But right now we are surrounded by boxes and barely had clothes to put on today.
Oh my God. Yeah, so people are helping us. This is a different move than I've ever had before, and it's still not done. Just the thought of moving makes my body react, because I've always known moving is very taxing on my body, because I had my backache for weeks afterwards. But this time we haven't, okay, because we've spent money, this time. So we've hired movers, and we hired people to come in and help us pack ahead of time.
And let me show you how I'm going to move.
We hired people to clean up afterwards, and we hired carpet cleaners. So we're hiring everything.
So let me show you how I'm going to move. I'm going to show you how I got to work out.
Okay, go ahead. And she has told me, as her loving husband and loving wife, Brian, you don't pick up no boxes.
Don't pick up a box. The most you're going to pick up is this right here and do like that with it. That's it. We are old.
I've never moved like this before.
Moving to the young people. Leave the movies to the young people.
It's a young person's game.
You cannot give me enough pizza and beer to make me think that moving my own stuff is a good idea. No way.
So we're paying for it this time. So I'm excited about it. Is that Brittany? We haven't done any greetings.
We haven't done any songs. And following us, that's right. Following us right here on the Empowerment Network is Coffee Time with Coach Ja. And today is Tuesday. So this evening with Dr. Deborah is a healing moment with Dr. Deborah. She hasn't even posted it up there. She's been so engrossed in the show. And it is at 8:30 p.m. And then on Thursday at 12 noon, we have heart-to-heart conversations with Stephanie. Don't forget to tune in early, right before us at 8 o'clock is Cortez Hustle. You guys need to tune in here.
We got to get out of here now. We'll do the greeting songs tomorrow, but we do need to lift up one thing, okay?
Yes.
Brother Evan Jefferson, ERGJ Enterprises, founder of the Black Billionaires Club, the author of the Black Billionaires Club.
Mm-hmm. We just want to continue to lift him up in prayer, continue to pray for him, pray for his mom, call him out by name in your
have
prayers.
COVID, and they both are in the hospital right now.
And we're just grateful that he is recovering, that he is in good spirits. And we just ask you to continue to allow your spirit to connect with God and remind and bring. His word says, "Bring me unto remembrance of my promises." His promises are, by his stripes I am healed. If we believe that, then we count it as done. We declare and decree so that we shall see brighter days for those that we love.
Going to let you guys go now. Thank you very much for joining us again. It brought it mind because we're going to get new greeting songs today, but we do love you. But we found his greeting song just last night.
We'll do it for you tomorrow. It is Tuesday, terrific Tuesday.